What's up, YouTube? I'm Robert, and you're watching the B1KER Bar Podcast. The comments were blowing up earlier, and I saw it on your channel as well. You did a little different kind of knot tying not too recently. You tied the knot with the lady, huh?
Yeah, that happened on January 2nd.
Right on, man. Congratulations to both of you guys.
Thank you.
You guys have been together for a while now, huh?
Yep. So I met Hailey while we were in college. I started school when I was 24. I went back when I was a little bit older. And so she was an upperclassman to me, but age-wise, I was older. But so we started dating, but once she graduated, and I graduated, we moved in together after that. And but all throughout college, like it was it just felt right. I've never felt a relationship that like just felt more natural. So yeah, it was awesome.
Right on, man. You guys always look like you have good chemistry together on the camera. So I'm sure you can fix that in the edit, but
I mean, like as with anything, like there are times where you step on each other's toes, but like we don't yell at each other. We're usually pretty like, all right, we need some space and move, like come back, talk about it. And a few relationships before that, I was in a really like bad relationship. Not so much in terms of yelling, but I didn't realize I was in a very manipulative kind of relationship.
yeah, usually when you're in one of those, you don't know it until after you're out of it. You're like, oh my God, how did I not realize what was going on?
Yeah, and so that I didn't realize, but kind of gave me some PTSD moving forward into like future relationships.
Uh-huh.
And so I know with Hailey, I was always like, kind of, is she playing games with me here when she's just honestly being straight up front? And I just wasn't used to that. That was like, oh, no,
Yeah.
she's real.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with my lady. Like, she's not the type of person that says go and she doesn't want you to go. So it's like I'd ask to go somewhere, hey, mind if I do this with my buddies? And she'd be like, yeah, go for it. And I'd be like, so does she really want me to go? Or you know what I mean? Like, it took a while to be like, no, that she would tell me if she didn't feel comfortable with it. You know what I mean? So that's definitely a plus to have that kind of relationship. So you said on the video, you guys just did like a no ceremony kind of thing, went down to the courthouse or something.
Yeah. So, no one ever teaches you like what the steps are to get married. It's just something that like,
it's probably on it somewhere, right?
Getting married without a ceremony is kind of harder because I'm not religiously affiliated with any, church or anything. So I can't like just walk across the street to one of the churches and be like, hey, can you just kind of marry us right now? Like, and so like just trying to figure out what you need to do an informal wedding or like marriage was pretty interesting. Like no one ever explains that. Like, hey, that's an option. You go down to the courthouse, you get the application or whatever it was called, and then you find in I think in Vermont it's Minister of the Peace or something like that.
Yeah, it's familiar. I've heard that before.
And there's one who in the Burlington area who kind of does a little bit more unofficial or less kind of normal ceremonies that we contacted with. And, we met at like a pancake place. We went out back to where there's a nice little tree place. And, I don't cry very often. I don't really get like emotional, but like when she was actually reading our vows, like I got very teary eyed and like, it's hard, like when you're not used to that. So it was, especially when you're looking at your future wife's eyes and like, it was way more special of a moment than I ever anticipated it being.
That's awesome, man. I mean, it shows you really love her, dude. You know what I mean? Like that's important, and I think that's really, really cool that you shared that with us because that was probably a very special moment for you,
It's, I try to keep, it's hard to find the right balance of like sharing your personal life
Yeah.
and keeping people involved in like things that matter on the channel. So to
Yeah.
me, like this is one of them that it's like it's pretty personal, but I also like, if this is going to be on my finger, like in the video, people are going to be wondering.
Yeah. There was a bunch of people in the comments at the beginning who were like, "What's that? What is that? A wedding band on his finger?" They're all freaking out and stuff. So, yeah. No, I'm sure that's a pretty big challenge of like how much you share. I'm definitely like a open book kind of guy, and sometimes I have to tell myself like, wait a minute, dude, like this is out there for the whole world, and like it's gonna be there forever. So like, maybe you should really consider what you're saying.
It was also weird because like growing up, like I was like wondering like how do you know when you're ready? Like, when is the right moment? And it just feels right.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain, but it just feels right.
Were you guys engaged very long, or
we didn't get engaged?
Just were like, hey, it's time, let's go down here and do this.
Yeah, we're pretty like matter of fact. Like when something makes sense to happen, like for something to happen, we're like, we'll go do it.
It's really cool. Did you guys do any kind of honeymoon or anything like that, or?
No, I mean, I think we spent a little extra at the pancake place.
The big brunch, man. That's awesome, man. I'm super stoked for you guys. That's really cool, and I wish you guys the best, man, for sure.
Well, thank you.
If you like that, make sure you check out the full episode. And hey, do me a favor, before you take off, hit the like and subscribe. A big thanks to the show sponsors, Tasco MTB and Project 321. Hit the links in the show more to save some money on their products.